we have Hank in Texas. His pronouns are he, him, and seems to well, it says here, Hank, that you think the only purpose for life should be reproduction. Why should that be a purpose at all?
Hi, Matt.
Howdy.
Hi.
Shannon, it's always a pleasure to see you on there, but you're much too attractive to be an atheist from what I've been taught when I was young.
Well, you're much too stupid to be a caller on this show, but thanks. Bye. So we're going to talk about what Hank's real point was. People are instructed not to comment on the looks of the host, but Shannon's not too pretty to be an atheist. She's just pretty in general and happens to also be an atheist. But his call was, hey, in his view, the only purpose that you and I could have for living, Shannon, is to reproduce. I'm never going to have kids. I haven't had kids. I'm not going to have kids. And so, and I can't have kids. I cannot have kids. And so under his view, I should just not have any reason to exist. Apart from reproducing, what reasons could we possibly have to want to continue existing?
Oh, I don't know. Seeking out enjoyment, setting goals and achieving them for ourselves, bettering other people, being active members of a society that fulfills us. All of those things seem like reasonable things that would motivate someone to want to continue existing. I suppose.
I've talked about it before because my friend Chris Johnson wrote a book called A Better Life and did a film based on it with interviews where it was 100 and actually more than 100, I think, at the end of it. Atheists were asked about joy and meaning and purpose in a life without a God. And as I pointed out then, granted, I have no problem with procreation. I just can't do it. I much prefer sex to procreation, and continuing to have sex is reason enough for me to keep living at least on some level. And if we add in
that's fair.
Food but mostly for me, it's about learning stuff, finding out cooler things about the world, interacting with other people, playing games. I could think of, you could probably list 100 reasons why I would want to keep living that have nothing to do with procreation.
And the great thing about being an atheist is you get to figure that out for yourself too. You get to figure out what does make you happy without having that being dictated to you as a predefined set of things that should make you happy and give you purpose. You get to define that for yourself, and that's pretty phenomenal. It's
something that I've always found really confusing is that for some, not all, but for some Christians in particular, they view life's purpose as if it's handed down from God. Your purpose is to serve the Lord, to do this, to do that. In no other circumstances would they rejoice if someone gave them their purpose. If the state decided what job you were going to have, if your school counselors decided which degrees you were going to get, you would rebel against those things. I don't understand why it is that for a grand purpose or the biggest purpose or the thing that keeps you alive, they think that it's preferable to have that one decided by somebody else. You'd throw a fit if anybody, you'd stamp your foot and be like, no, Mom, I don't want to go do the dishes. Well, tough. You're doing the dishes anyway. And that's your job for the next 75 years.
That's right. It's been mandated to you. And that's the only way you get to have purpose. It just has the market cornered, evidently.
Well, we are going to take more calls, and hopefully most of them will last longer than one sentence. I am going to continue going forward with the 30-second policy, which is that as long as you are making a case for something, you're going to get at least 30 seconds. You'll probably get another 30 seconds every time you demonstrate that you're doing a good job of making a case, as long as there's a productive conversation going on, and doing what we can to make sure that people get room to speak. Unfortunately, some people, when they're given room to speak, just say some of the most inane bullshit or something homophobic, transphobic, racist, whatever. And, I'm not going to be giving them 30 seconds. They're lucky to get to say their name before they're finished and off the air.